Hello my beauties, this is MP, Miss Pravala. Welcome back to my channel. Let's talk about moaning and why I created this program called Moaning to Manifest. If you're new to goddess spirituality, you may be confused. I practice ancestral goddess spirituality. It is tied to indigenous practices. It has been untamed, unchanged, uncorrupted by any type of mainstream westernized spirituality. If you're spiritual, you need to tie yourself to the spirit realm. As women, if you've watched my videos before, you know that we manifest different from men. The word manifestation itself is a flawed word because in reality, it should be synonymous with transformation. You cannot manifest unless you transform. The only way to transform is through womb magic. It's through the sexual energy. Sexual energy is the only way to create. Coming back to the moaning situation, why do we moan? There are several reasons. I'm not going to give you the real initiate reason because that's not the stuff that we talk about publicly. However, I'm going to keep it simple for baby spirituals. We moan to replicate what scientists have called the Big Bang Theory, the phenomena of creation that took place in the cosmos, or at least in our cosmos, with our set of dimensions and our set of divinities and our set of different entities having, being in different layers. The cosmos has one main law, which is masculine and feminine coming together using sexual energy. So the power of the Kundalini spirits and the primordial Kundalini spirits, which we mimic in our body, in our own universes that we are. The two forces have to come together, masculine and feminine, into a climax or a climactic phenomenon which creates, which turns into a 3D. These two forces, masculine and feminine, colliding, which is actually why the cosmos is the blueprint for nature and for our anatomy. That is why we have a yoni and men have a lingam. That is why the only way to have babies, even biologically, at least in the most natural state, is through the force of masculine and feminine, the womb being the place where the woman is going to nest the creation. And not just for procreating. Anything that you're going to create is nested in your womb. Your womb is the library which archives all of the memories, positive and negative, however you want to judge them. As women, we need to moan to transform. One of the names of God in my culture, in my language, is pleasure. So when we do rituals in our temples, in our banjas, one of the names we use to speak, to invoke God is sacred pleasure. I'm not talking about instant gratification. I'm not talking about the stuff that you do on your own when you feel lonely or bored or whatever you do, the sort of black tantra that you practice, because society tells you that it is your right to use your body the way you want to use it, and it is absolutely correct. You have the free will to do that. I'm talking about being a sacred woman. The act of moaning is key when you are on the path of transformation, aka manifestation. If you want to manifest anything, it means that you have identified in your life that there's something missing or that there could be more. You've had the idea, the thought, the want, the desire, sometimes the pain, which tells you that something needs to be done. And maybe you have tried different types of 3D things and it hasn't worked. Because core change happens in the invisible with your spirit family. We moan because we replicate the act of creating that fire within us, activating the Kundalini spirits, washing everything that is not good for us, so that we leave room for the ethereal entity, our divine family, to finally start opening the roads for us and make that stuff happen, because it is our divine entitlement. So we moan morning and we moan in the evening. And if any of you, all of the dishonest you out there, feel like, oh, now MP has spoken about moaning, I'm going to start a channel, or I'm going to talk about moaning on my social media, please don't do it. You're cursing yourself. It's not going to work, because this was not your mission. Your mission is not to steal ideas from spirituals. Be careful. You're just shooting yourself in the foot. Moaning is done in a sacred way, and that's what I teach you. And if you're honest with yourself, no one else has ever taught you that, because no one else has that secret. I don't care whatever big guru you watch, they have not spoken to you about it, and they have not spoken to you about the fact that as a spiritual and a woman, you pray differently, you meditate differently, you manifest differently. We moan to create, we moan to transform. And as we transform and we self-heal and we start thriving within ourselves without expectation of anything 3D or material, that's when the magic happens. That's when you start getting all of the messages from your divine family. That's when you're like, they're going to tell you what you need to do exactly. Do you need to do a spiritual bath? Do you need to deal with some curses? Do you need to whatever? Do you need to go to that place? Whatever mainstream people call the intuition. The intuition is just simply someone in your spiritual family, one of your entities, whether it's your ancestor, whether it's your genie, whether it is your sacred husband, whatever. I'm not going to say all of them because you think you know and you don't even know. It's one of them whispering to you. That's what intuition is. There's no universe that bestows anything upon you. There's no universe that helps you manifest. There's no alignment to the universe. You're aligned to your own divinity. As a woman, you don't chase. As a woman, you love, thrive, and receive. And so Morning to Manifest is on my website. I'm the only person who's going to give you this type of empirical experience. This is not a meditation program. I moan and you follow along until you're able to moan on your own. You crawl as a spiritual baby moaner until you become a professional moaner on your own, basically. If you're interested in more spiritual, occult, whatever, go deep, check out my spiritual membership. If you're ready to really change up the game for you, become a custom potion package client of mine. I'm available for booking. If you're already one of my clients, you know that you are supposed to renew your potions, because in sacred sensuality, potions are the only way you seal the magic and thrive. I'm redundantly repeating myself. I love you. Manifest lavish imperial opulence. I'll see you in my next video. Ciao. As the end of the year is approaching, I've decided to turn my Thursday 10-minute IG consultations into purely numerology. So basically, you pay on PayPal, just like the regular 10-minute IG consultation. You do a screenshot and you send it to me by DM. So we book you for a specific time on Thursday. And when we get on our call, you give me your date of birth and I calculate your life path, what to look forward to for the year 2024, what your gifts are, what your blocks and challenges are. This is not a reading to deal with your starseed incarnation or your curses, things like that. This is purely numerology. For things that are more complex, you book me for a custom potion package.